Okay, folks, welcome in. This is Babaginator. We're doing a bonus stream tonight. Originally, we were going to do other stuff, but my D&D night got canceled due to scheduling issues. People have other stuff going on. It happens. Homework's due, or yeah, so there were things to do. People had last minute plans change. People's book schedules change. Yeah. So, in the end, decided to cancel.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Mackinon's a big plus. Hey, G. Yeah, the challenge is pretty simple this time around. Basically, at the start of the run, we spun a wheel that tells us where we're going to go, and we got Blackrock. So basically, we have to, our final destination is Blackrock, at least until we get to Blackrock, and then when we get to Blackrock, originally I was going to add some more twists, like every time we entered a new region, we had to roll a die on the table, and it would tell us what we would do next. Like if there's a new constraint for each region. But I got lazy and I stopped doing it. Really, this is pretty much just a vanilla Loper. Other than the fact that we're forcing ourselves through the Blackrock or something. Why? What are we doing? But yeah, I was supposed to be running a D&D game tonight, but last minute cancellation with people in our group, and resulted in needing to reschedule.
Sure getting cold.
Yeah, we need more torches. Let's go. We're gonna make some. How about you, Ichi? What have you been up to?
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, this term for school has been busier than the previous.
Come on,
term.
little fire.
I just have a lot more little assignments. Like I have 4 classes. Really, it's 3 classes that have a lot of assignments. Fourth one has a lot of independent work. But yeah, the 3 classes, lots of little
Come on, little
assignments that
fire.
add up over time, and it's just this constant barrage. I would rather have like a couple big assignments and just be done.
Perfect.
And I am kind of getting to that point where I'm like, okay, the novelty of being back in school is starting to wear off, and I'm probably just ready to work and do my own creative projects on my own time. Well, the crappy torch because we didn't take our time to choose the right spot. Yeah, we got a cabin fever risk building here. The blizzard outside. So.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Hey, Roller. Welcome to our bonus stream tonight. This is extra content since normally I would be running D&D, but everyone has scheduling conflicts, and so we kind of shelved it until next week. Now here I am, hanging out. Sunday night ordinarily would be a great night to take it easy and watch a movie, which sometimes I do with my roommate, but they're busy studying for a midterm. We're gonna drop into Great Bear. See how everyone's doing. Yeah, hydrate's a good idea. So originally, the plan was for us to go from Mystery Lake to Forlorn Muskeg and Forge. We may still do that. Our biggest issue is we haven't found a bedroll, and that really limits the places we can sleep. So yeah, thanks Roller for the hydrate. Wonder if we should leave a little pile. I think what we might end up doing is we might make a run into Mystery Lake just for the sake of, not Mystery Lake, run into Milton to see if we can find See if we can find a bedroll there. But, so what you been up to, Roller? I think I mentioned in last night's stream that I met up with a old high school friend earlier on Saturday. Someone I had not seen since high school, which is wild. Oh, Backpack Hero. I have seen some of the clips of that, and I looked into playing that as a possibility as well. Prof Niels is trying to get me to go and play... What's the other game he wants me to play? There's some game he wants me to play. It's not available on Steam. It's like it's a completely independent game. It's survival, Minecraft-ish. I don't know how to explain it, but... Vintage Story, that's what it's called, yeah. Yeah. So I'll have to look into that, see if it's something I want to do. I really want to clear my slate of stuff with work so that I can get back to spending part of my time working on my own self-directed projects, including, you know, one of the ways I'm teaching myself different programming languages and tools and libraries is working on games. So, and I was converting a game that I had worked on as part of a group project. And I did the first conversion to using Pygame, and then I decided I'd do a different version that works with the Curses library. It's proven to be surprisingly more of a headache than working with Pygame. Yeah, I mean, some things are really simple in Curses, but some things seem surprisingly complicated. At least I haven't figured out a good way to do what I want to do. So.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, and I want to do more Twine development, get back into Dark Woods. I think I mentioned a couple streams ago, purely randomly, I was at well, this wasn't random. I went to a writing festival, book fair, a few weeks back. I was chatting with someone who was one of the readers, one of the poets. One of the poets there, and gave me my business card. We were talking about writing poetry about workplaces. She had looked up my website and discovered that it was also writing games, so she had played The Cave, and she really liked The Cave. So I said, well, I have 2 other games that are in development. And I told her about Into the Dark Woods, and she said, I want to play that too. So I was like, okay. So yeah. Look at us building up our fever risk. So yeah, now I'm waiting to hear back to see what she thinks of that one.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, I think what we do here... We're back to all this crap. Our visions get bigger than we anticipate? Yeah, I think so. Definitely guilty of that. Like, I have these big grand visions of things I'm trying to do. Okay, what we want to do is we want to read... Oh, we were so getting cabin fever, aren't we? Have to spend some time... When the weather stops, we can spend some time and put stuff outdoors. Yeah, new potential form. Okay.
Come on, little fire. Come on. This bag is getting too heavy to carry. Stomach feels like an empty pit.
Oh, we're out of flour. Okay. Yeah, this is bad.
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
Okay. I'll just sit out here. Tilting away. Yeah, it's just been raining like crazy. We're in the middle of an atmospheric river right now, so it's just constant rain for the last 2 days. Go out, get soaked, come back, try to dry out. Go out again, get soaked, day after day. Alright, let's see. We do have a snare, might as well use it. Cool. 75%. Anyone out here?
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Hey Rena, how's it going? Normally I'm not on Sundays, but my D&D group, about 50% of them had other commitments tonight, so we decided to postpone for a week, and here I am, hanging out. What have you been up to? Busy day? It's been raining for the last 3 days and expected to keep on raining for another 3 days. Big atmospheric river running through Vancouver right now. So yeah. And woe is me, my umbrella is on its final legs. I've had this umbrella for almost 20 years now, or as one of my roommates last year, who was 23, noted that my umbrella was almost as old as he was. Okay. Yep. I think my umbrella is old enough to vote. Down to the last 10%, yeah. It was 75 degrees. Down to the last 10%. Yeah, I'm working it to the very end. Squeezing all I can out of that umbrella. You know, I realize I hold on to stuff. I do. Not like a hoarder, like, it's still functional. It's still working, and now some of the spokes are falling apart, and last couple big wind gusts have really put a number on it. And it's like, yeah, it's time for me to let go. But then I have to buy a new one, and I don't want to buy a crappy one that's going to die in the next 15 minutes. But I also don't want to spend a fortune, and I have no idea how to pick umbrellas. Yeah, and it wasn't like anything super fancy. It was my UC Riverside umbrella, which I got during my MFA. Oh, I forgot to make more torches. And I just wasted a match. Amateur hour. Amateur hour. Okay, let's, well, these are all terrible torches. Look at this. We need more. It's a foldable. It's like a mid-size foldable. So it's like about, yeah, I guess it's about that size. I don't know if that helps. Yeah, it's not a super compact umbrella, but it actually will fit. It will fit inside of my backpack. So, it was super sturdy for many years, but I think it's definitely at the end. Yeah, so that's what I've noticed too, is that like the cheap multi-folded compact ones are the ones that don't last very long. Too many parts, too easy for them to break down. Like the super long walking stick, sword cane style, those ones have fewer moving parts and will last longer. They're just really inconvenient to use if you're, you know, you want to carry an umbrella with you without necessarily, what do we do here? Should we have just picked up more sticks and made ourselves snow shelter? The Mafia umbrella. Yeah. That's what I need. That, Valios. Okay, let's just take a quick peek here. Oh, these are nice looking umbrellas. Pricier than your average umbrella, average like dollar store umbrella, but they look nice. Comes from the UK. Nice handles. About 60 Canadian is what they're running at. Plus another $7 for delivery. Okay. That's more than I normally would spend, but given how long I hope the umbrella will last, if it lasts 20 years, then that's a good investment, right? I mean, not that I expect any umbrella to be as miraculous as the one I just had. Then again, a lot of its longevity had to do with the fact that I was in Southern California, where we really didn't have rain that often, so... Too early to expect anyone tired. We are tired. I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet. On Amazon, yeah. Yeah, this is the problem with certain things. If they have to be imported in, they will be pricier.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I probably should eat food. Okay. Repel lifetime guarantee runs for 30. Should I get a solid color or should I get this herringbone? It's kind of cool. Anyways, I'll put that on the wish list and then I'll look at the. Oh, no, that's the thing. Okay. Repel. $30. Okay. Very reasonable. There's one that has stars on the inside. regular jet black is probably fine for me. It's a good size radius. Okay. Those both look like good options. Probably a limited lifetime? What do you mean? Like after a certain number of years, they hire hitmen to go out and take you out? Oh, is it your lifetime or the lifetime? Oh, I see. Okay, so the common complaint for the Repel one is that the only complaint really is that it is could be a little bit longer. Which is always my concern about some of these umbrellas, is that I feel like they're good for shorter people, but sometimes I feel they don't quite work for me. Okay, what were we going to do? We were going to read a book. Let's go read a book. Cats and dogs, just so you can say it's raining cats and dogs. Inside. Okay, we're at 24 matches.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
What's the plan, Stan? What's the plan?
I could eat a horse.
We'll just barehand it.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
So I think we just leave most of our stuff here.
I could eat anything right now.
We need 2 guts. Hmm. $35. So what's so heavy here? These are all pretty light. I'll drop that for now.
I never thought I'd be dying from starvation.
It's the water. I guess we can just dump the water. So we've got two thoughts. One is that we should probably go check out the.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I think we'll make a quick trip over. Try the 100 blind. I'm not really expecting it. We'll try this shed over here too. See if there's anything there. Then we'll do the hunter's blind over there by the lake and go from there. If we don't find the bedroll, then we will pack it in and go to Milton. If we do find the bedroll, we will go to Forlorn Muskeg. And another whole lot of nothing. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can say. I don't know. This afternoon, I made pot stickers. I mixed up my recipe this time. I added, I bought the other day, totally not healthy choice, but kind of craving it. I went to local Hong Kong butcher and bought a couple pounds of chashu pork, Chinese barbecue pork, and I took some of that and I chopped it up really finely and mixed it in with my pot sticker meat mix for making pot stickers, Chinese dumplings. And I folded a whole bunch of Chinese dumplings this afternoon and froze them. Oh, it reminds me, I actually have some in the freezer. I have to put it into a bag still. Yeah, so I'm just preparing for the next few weeks, because what's nice is I don't have to pan fry them. I can steam them in the rice cooker, and so it's very convenient just to like put them in there and then work on something else, and then wait for the thing to beat and get to go. Yeah, the scallion pancakes are definitely freezable. You should make them, roll them out, put them onto wax paper or what should I call it? Parchment paper. You can stack them up on them and then freeze them. And then when you want them, you can just peel off one. If you've got a local TNT, like Chinese or Asian grocery store, usually you can find them in the frozen food section, and you can find them pre-made, which is what I do these days, because it just saves so much time. It's like the amount of effort it takes to actually prepare them properly, like the scallion pancakes, to make them from scratch. Yeah, I just don't have the time to do that, because there's multiple stages. Air fryable. I would not recommend air frying them. But I haven't tried it. I just think that they don't fit inside of the air fryer container, most air fryer containers. And I think the other problem is, I don't know. I don't think that they would probably come out well. I could be wrong. What I usually do is I heat up the skillet and put a little bit of oil in it for the oil to heat up. And then I put in the frozen scallion pancake, and then I pour in or sprinkle in a little bit of water and cover. And the water and the oil kind of mix and cook the scallion pancake, and it ends up being extra crispy that way.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, so I think if you spray or sprinkle them with a little bit of water, you can, and then cover and let them steam and cook. Fry in that way. You'll get the desired flakiness that you want. Getting them to be flaky, like at the preparation level, when you're first making them, is a trick of basically making certain, it's just like a croissant. It has to have many, many, many layers, and all the layers need to have some amount of oil or grease in between. So like you would usually roll it out really flat, big piece, then put down a layer of oil, sesame oil, or some other oil, bacon grease if you really want to go over the top. And then sprinkle in some chopped green onions, scallion part, as well as a little bit of, you can use chicken bouillon, the stock, the powdered stock, and sprinkle that in. And you can also sprinkle in pepper, and white and black pepper. And then once you have it all spread out like that, you then roll it up, and then you chop it into, you take each rolled up piece, or the long tube that you rolled up, chop it into smaller sections, and then you can do a couple things. One is you can turn each section on its side and then smush it down, or you can take each section and then stretch it out and wind it like a cinnamon roll, and then flatten it out. But either way, the goal is to produce many, many, many layers. There you go, sweet meat. Staboni. Sounds like it should be a wrestler name. Sweet Lou Staboni steps into the ring. Tonight on WrestleMania, Sweet Lou Staboni faces off against the Emperor Penguin. I don't know.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Ooh, there's a whole lot of nothing here. This is a disappointing trip. There's nothing. More dead people. Harry the Tarmy versus Scruffy the Windwolf. Let loose the Winter Wolves. I was about to say the Winter Wolves of winter. That would be really weird. Yeah, so I made the pot stickers, and then I also made, later in the evening, I took some Japanese sweet potatoes and I rubbed them with olive oil, sprinkled some curry powder and cinnamon on them, and then baked them, wrapped them in tin foil and baked them for about an hour. And then my roommate and I had them as a late night, well, not quite late night, but an evening snack. So
Come on, little fire.
it was good. Welcome in, Weevil. Woohoo! Good to see you, sir. Good to see you back online. This is the bonus stream. I'm normally not on Sundays. Usually I'm playing D&D online with some graduate students, but unfortunately most of my group is busy working on homework assignments due early this week. So we postponed. Makes me a little bit sad because I do look forward to games. But I was able to run my Friday game, and that was kind of fun. Lately, big secret, lately with my D&D games, I've been doing less and less prep. I'm just like, yeah, it's, I don't know, once you get to know your group reasonably well, you can kind of figure out how to keep them entertained, and you have all these moving parts in your head. You kind of know what it takes to make an interesting combat. Well, thanks for joining us on your lunch break. There was so much change. You have anything? Who would you to sustain? No, we're so not in Black Rock yet. We still don't have a bedroll. Still haven't forged. It's like a really lame one, honestly. Everything's been delayed. Brimstone Mystery Lake. We're probably going to go to Milton. Probably there for a bedroll. I don't think there is a bad. Oh, cabin fever still on.
Jesus, this is cold.
Ooh.
Oh, so cold.
Yeah, keep away from this woods.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
It's just empty here. There's like no one, which I'm not complaining about, but it is pretty empty. No birds, no deer, no bear. Or moose. Still have.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay.
I'm starving.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, we forgot to drop that outside. That's okay.
I'm not sure I can carry much more. I'd eat anything right about now.
Oh, okay.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Go over and drop into these.
can I find something to eat?
Okay. Let's see.
Can you eat trees?
So does this mean we're at 2, almost 3? Yeah, so we can get to level 3 if we can finish reading this book. That's what we're thinking.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Nope. Okay. Let's see what we can see out here. We have 8 sticks. We need more.
I'm not sure I can carry much more. Damn it! So hungry.
Once again, the slopiness. Oh, fine. You don't have any other way of starting fire anyways.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
see what we're doing here for water. Yeah, we need more water. Okay, how many days in are we? 21. Ooh. Well, I'm not nodding off yet, but I am starting to get tired. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been doing is basically trying to get into the habit of preparing food that I can store in the freezer and then pull out when I need it. You know, a mixture of homemade stuff and then some store-bought stuff that works well as, like I can keep it frozen and just use it a little bit at a time. And then we have then I have a whole bunch of noodles too, options. I've been making a lot of, so we can buy like these handmade Shanghai style thick noodles. And I usually boil them up. And then in a separate pan, I, pick up, what do I usually use? Garlic, scallions, red chili flakes, red pepper flakes, and then a hot chili oil. I buy like a roast chicken and shred it up and then add some of that in there as well. A little bit of soy sauce, lots of pepper, and yeah, and then just maybe a little bit of chili garlic sauce as well. Anyways, get that all stirred up and ready to go. And then take the noodles out after they've boiled and cooked a little bit. Strain them out and then put them into the skillet and fry them together and add a little bit more chicken, a little bit more sauce, maybe a little bit of oyster sauce if I feel like thickening up the sauce. And then it's kind of like a drier, spicy noodle mix, but very tasty. Very tasty. Yeah. So I make that, and I'll make a batch of that, because usually I can't finish it in one sitting, and put it in Tupperware. And then it's fine cold, but it also tastes nice if you heat it up for about a minute. So sometimes if my roommate gets back late from something and is too tired to cook, I'll say, oh, let me just warm up some noodles for you. And they're very happy, very happy. So. So I look at my clock, I think, oh, should I do the next half hour or should I wrap up early? Always challenge. Still somewhat alert right now. Spent another part of my afternoon trying to edit old poems and kind of hitting walls where I'm like, I really don't know where this goes. It's like it just doesn't stick the landing and I can't figure out how it's supposed to go. Or I wrote this a long time ago and I feel like I just don't know how to step back into the poem anymore. In terms of new work, the brain is too full of library stuff lately. So maybe I need to just work on essays instead for a bit. But I can't really work on those until I really finish up my backlog of, upcoming assignments are going to keep me busy for a little while. No, that's not good. That's terrible. And I use some of the chashu pork, the barbecue pork, to make fried rice. Yesterday, put most of it into Tupperware. Just storing that until I get, try not to eat too much in one sitting. Trying to add some vegetables in. Okay. Oh, we got a lot of torches now. Too many torches. It's 3. Four. Well, we could put away some of these too. Okay. How about we do that?
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
You're making chicken adobo. The Filipino History Month lunch reimbursement. Oh, that's nice. They're even paying you. That's how it should be, right? Let's leave behind 30 or 25. Leave behind 25. And we'll also leave behind. Okay, that one.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, the other thing we made yesterday. So, a while back, my roommate bought some Spam, and was trying to think what to do with it, because I guess Spam or a similar type of canned meat is a fairly common thing in sort of Hungarian, German dishes in Hungarian. I don't know, I can't remember what it was. But was trying to decide what to do, and I said, you know, I could turn this into Spam musubi. And so that's what we did yesterday. Spam musubi. I took the Spam and I cut it up into thin slices, and then we fried it in a skillet, and then as it was partially cooked, I added in kind of a slurry of soy sauce and brown sugar, basically homemade teriyaki sauce, and let it cook until it was nicely seasoned on both sides. And then we had the rice cooking in the rice cooker, and we had bought some nori, some seaweed from the Asian grocery market, and so we just made that, and it was very tasty. That is totally comfort food. Yes, and so we had some leftover, Spam, the teriyaki fried Spam. Yeah, I say leftover. Yeah, that didn't happen because by the time I got back from church, she'd already eaten all of it. That's like, I did too well, apparently. But it's probably good for me that I didn't eat that much. because it is a little salty. And I really don't need that much salt in my diet. But it is very tasty. And we have another tin. We'll make some more later. You really can. I mean, it's so tasty. Now, we didn't have the proper form for doing the Spam musubi. My Uncle Jay has like a little plastic form that you like put. I think you put the nori down first, or is it the Spam? I can never remember which one goes down first. Then the other one. So it's like either Spam and then nori, or nori and then Spam. I think it's Spam and then nori, and then I can't remember which one. And then rice is at the top. You pack it down and then you flip it over, and then it's perfectly formed as Spam musubi. But we didn't have that, so we basically just like took rice and shaped it, and then put the nori and the Spam on top of it, and just ate it by hand, which was plenty good, very tasty. Still got it. And we didn't make true sushi rice. It was just regular rice. We thought about it afterwards. Like, oh yeah, probably should have made sushi rice. Sushi rice is basically just regular rice, but you cook it with a little bit of vinegar and sugar, and then it comes out stickier and suitable for making sushi-like dishes of Spam musubi. Speaking of food, I was just thinking about it. I had a message on Facebook from one of my old friends back in Los Angeles who saw that I'd commented on something she posted recently, and she said, I really miss poetry talk. She's south of the border, somewhere in Washington now. Maybe she'll come visit the poetry potluck. We'll see. I really am trying to get poetry potluck off the ground, like consistently off the ground here. And I realized one of the problems I have is locally, I am not as well plugged in with the local writers these days because it's been too long, and whoever is currently active is not the people. A lot of the people that I know that were active are busier now, less active in the open mic scene. We don't even really have an open mic scene, I think, right now. We just have curated readings. And so it's hard for me to identify who would be interested in joining and for them to know who I am, so I'm not just some rando inviting people back to my place for a dinner. So yeah, so that's, I think, like within the grad school community, you can usually get away with that. People say, well, you're at least a graduate student, and got a roommate, you're probably okay. And usually they can look enough up about me that they're like comfortable with who I am. But yeah, I think I may have to do some different type of events that are not poetry potlucks, i.e. people aren't bringing food, and instead look at picking like some sort of location to do a meetup at, like a restaurant. So dine out. What was I called?
Come on, little fire.
I was thinking if I could do something where it's just more like a gathering of, gathering for food and intellectual conversation. We call it deep dish. It'd be kind of funny. But like a poetry version of that, I don't know what I'd call it. Traveling verse? I don't know. Ube butter mochi cake. So we also picked up at the TNT these little mochi, they're basically mochi balls, and the inside we got one that was taro filling, and then the other one was the sesame seed filling. And yeah, so it was kind of an experiment. I think I've had them before. My roommate hadn't, and so, but was curious, and so it was a win. We both liked them. So. We don't need to keep deciding on new snacks, though. This is a dangerous habit. Pattern of keep picking up more things. Okay. So close. Yeah, we still don't have any bedroll. Why is there a torch here? We come through here already. So weird. We've already come through here. Or did we throw it and it landed all the way over here somehow?
I'll take it.
Okay, that's what we needed. Matches. Nope. Okay. Yeah, leave us alone, buddy. We're under 30, but we're tired. Kind of close, but we made it.
I'm getting tired. I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. Okay. Oh, weekend is almost done. Tomorrow morning it's back to work. Monday and Tuesday, and then I have a busy Wednesday of classes. Tuesday night will be busy. I may not be streaming Tuesday night because I'll probably be busy.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Frankly, for some assignments. I'm going to try to work on them Monday night as well. There's a chance I'll still be working on it. We'll see. We'll see. One bedroll. Please be bedroll. So exciting, Rena. So exciting. But at least your day has some defined purpose, right? Ooh.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Hey, we're probably going to wrap up here in a couple minutes or so. I think we just want to check to see if we can find the bedroll here. That would be ideal. It's sitting out here in the next to the till. It's usually there. Try to find that. That's our third hacksaw.
Thank you.
I don't need that one. So far, not looking good, folks.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Okay. I think we've done enough here. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Sure, cat noises. Poetry coming up shortly. Boil some water here.
Just need to close my eyes. I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, we're tired. Master's tired too. Really tired. But I think this is a good place to stop. It's about where we're going to stop anyway. 22 days. Yay, cooking free. Fire starting free, I mean. Finally ditched all these guys.
Ah, I'm starving.
Oops. There we go.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, so let's see, we are on day 23. Okay, so yeah, let's get ready to wrap up here. I think we just did this, but we'll do it again. Save. Okay. Let's read a poem. Recursion. Okay, this comes from the second book of poetry from Davage's Dream from Centrist Publications. This is called Recursion. There we go. From a series of poems inspired by programming terms. Recursion. Test for the empty case. If we reach some sort of end, a lark split wide, its wings a shattered song, the last box within a box and what it reveals, that we love what we cannot hold, what we cannot return, yet try nonetheless. Here some portion of ourselves remains, loose hair caught between keys, months, years, the glint of glass, the reflection of an eye trapped in the monitor's haze, or simply space, a chair abandoned finally to the void. Loop until done, else we will work on, cut adrift from the city, from empty rooms and empty beds. All night the moon looms, a great white zero in the dark, while we watch the freeways empty their nets, the last flickering cars struggling home. From between the slats of our window's view, the night watchman stands atop the parking tower, on break, setting his lips to a trumpet as if to blow the walls down, or to call us back from the grave. Perhaps to tell us something remarkable about the world we've forgotten. Each long note hanging like an iron rung in the sky, a ladder ascending out of the nothingness of work, while we shrink further and further into the distance, like fireflies at the end. Flare, then silence, flare, then dark. All night we pray for arms, for fire, for light. Okay, that was recursion. So a recursive function, if you are not familiar with it, is one that calls itself. It's defined by itself. So the one that we often are taught in computer science, starting out, is the idea of the power function or exponential function. So if you define the let's call a function, a little method that you create, a little subroutine that you create, we'll call it power or pow, and we pass in as a parameter, a variable, x, and the other number that we pass in, we pass in an x, which stands for something that you're going to pass in, and then you pass in the power that you're going to raise it to. So, let's say if we wanted to take something, make 4 to the 9th power, we would pass in 4, 9. And then inside the function, the power function is defined, or the exponential function is defined as it returns the initial number, so whatever the base is, we'll say it was 4, multiplied by the power function itself, its own function call. It calls itself, and it passes in 1 less than, how can I put it? It passes in the base, and then instead of the original number that was passed in, 1 less. So basically all it's doing is it's saying, like, it's the equivalent of equaling to a number times the same function called for the rest of it. And this will keep going and going and going until you reach the zero case, or the test case at the end, where it's like, do this, define it this way, unless it reaches this test case, which should return 1, or, whatever else it is. But it's like you have to have some place where it hits the bottom, and it can't do anything else. So that's called the empty case, when it hits the bottom. So that's what the poem really revolves around, is that larger consideration of modern day work in text spaces as being like you work until the point of breaking, until there's some sort of an end. And otherwise you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, with less and less of yourself to offer. So that's kind of how it works. Anyways, that's a little behind the poem. If you enjoyed that, feel free to check out the more about Babbage's dream here. And I hope you enjoyed this. We are going to get ourselves ready to raid someone. Hopefully someone is up tonight. We have a few options, maybe. Okay, Chimi is doing Wolf Wrangle again. Deadpool is doing Misery, Cougar Hunting. Yeah. Okay, we'll pop into Deadpool. Deadpool raided us the other day, so we'll just do Deadpool this time. And I'm going to probably just raid a run since it's already starting to get late here. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to get ready to head out. Much appreciated all. We'll see you again, if I'm lucky, Monday or Tuesday night. But there's also a possibility that we'll have to wait until Thursday because of all the assignments due on Wednesday for me. Okay, well, take care.